Hello everybody, welcome to a little bit of discussion on the Realm event. This video is broken down into 3 parts. It will be time coded, and of course notes that I'm going to be talking about will be found in the description. But these 3-parters, number 1, we're going to talk about communication issues and potentially lost points. We're then going into part 2, which will be talking about what Thronebreaker players can get from this, and part 3 will be looking at where our current progress is. Yes, there's been a lot of things to go over currently with all this stuff, and I personally want to just be getting on with kind of doing Valiant difficulty guides. I want to be doing some other stuff, but I'm always seem to be like rooted back to like this. This has been a bit of a bane, and it will be a continuous bane as we go into future months trying to identify how many points we should theoretically have and what is left to farm, because it's not overly clear. I think that's very much said by this right here on screen with the how to get points section, because clarity is important, and especially when Kabam go, oh, by the way, 300,000 points can be got. Well, how can they indeed be got? So one of the big things that in the last 24 hours that I've been privy to or to see is the Twitch drops and the points you can get. I know a lot of people based on this image right here, and shout out to Noobs and Chugokus and Call Me WAP. There's a lot of kind of like information and also support tickets from Kabam on the subject of farming said points and where the points are coming from, and just trying to 100% verify where to get them from. Also, for those curious about, like, or just kind of worried, just go do stuff. Anything that's got Summoners Fest like points in it, just go do it. I know that's very vague, but from the time being, it's best to go and just do it, because you just don't know, well, will you need the points or not. Like the objectives are probably ending in a couple of hours for Battlegrounds. Go do them, right? If you can, just force yourself through. You may get a win. If you see someone out there, maybe just forfeit or something to give them an easy win. Possibly, possibly not. That's not really advisable, but each to their own, and to what end you can get your points, right? We know where the points are coming from, various things, the warpath, the Valiant difficulty, incursion zones, and stuff like that. So the element of calculation to get them, of course, becomes difficult because you just don't know what is around the corner. And also confirm that if you go and grab to, I don't know, Diamond 1 or wherever you seeded back to in Battlegrounds, you're going to pick up the previous points for it. But definitely players are wondering where the extra points are, and you can see here players are already getting your, like, the Twitch drops prize, which doesn't seem right. Now, you don't know if you, by claiming beforehand, you actually got the points, or is it post? And one of the questions that I posed to this, not that there, that's zooming in on the wrong image, but one of the questions that I have for this is right here. This will need some clarification. Players have missed out on July. That's in referring to the live stream. Are the points preloaded onto the account for the 2nd of July? So have you earned them already, as per the point of being them? Is the July live stream still to come? Like, is there a stream on the 30th of July, which is a Wednesday, and that is where you get the points, etc. So that's my kind of like questions to Kabam on that, because you don't want to lose out. There is a little bit of a follow-up here. I can't remember who this is. I was very Shu. Good to see Shu there. But this player, sorry if it's I don't know why in streamer mode you can't see who the person is. It just kind of comes up with a thing. But this is a ticket here that says, "Thank you for contacting Kabam support. I understand you're missing points from the Summoners Fest event or collecting a Twitch drop. After checking, I can confirm that Summoners Fest event went live on July 7th. Only Twitch drops collected during the event period will earn points towards the event. I can confirm that the last Twitch drop was made before the Summoners Fest event have started. If you have any concerns," yeah. So it doesn't clarify the point in that Kabam obviously have preloaded Twitch drops in the future to receive them. So you will need to watch whatever live stream is coming. But the other question I have is how Kabam maybe fumbled that process, that people are able to gain an additional 2,500 Summoners Fest points as a result, and therefore should compensation be applied out to the community to get you additional 2,500 points. This whole situation is a farce, and it's a bit of a ball ache, constantly having to cover stuff that there's, in all good intentions, it is a good event, it's a good idea, but the parameters of explaining stuff would have been better from Kabam. Why is there spending deals? And that was announced. Why is there so much of a, I don't know, airy-fairy, wishy-washy, which is a term to say like, well, pie eye in the sky, no one knows, whatever it is. You get some points whenever you get some points. Because we need clarification on stuff like this. Like, in particular, what's happening in August? There's probably going to be another AQ raid once the raid month ends. Okay, what about these extra type of August special objectives? How many do you get? Is that going to have a bearing and an impact on this 300k that you can theoretically pick up? Also, just to quickly end out the part one, so a little mistake from myself, apologies, is the extra amount of participation in the next season of Battlegrounds, assuming that we can get to the season 31, which of course we end in 26 days, and the Summoners Fest event will end in 61 days. Theoretically, 2 seasons could be got from it. So therefore, do we double up the amount of this? We probably do, actually. But yeah, we probably double up the amount, and then that will equate to a bonus of like 32,000 added to there, like 216,000. There's probably more. It's just as well the question, like, well, how many solo objectives in August? How many meta objectives are we going to get? Like, is there more on? Like, I just need to find out from Kabam what the facts are with it, because it's just I think we all need to find out what the facts are. They need to break it down to give some clarification, and that's really it. There's obviously 300k somewhere, but I think it's going to be largely around here, the August solo objective and August meta objective, possibly. But anyway, let's move on. So the part 2 to this video, it's a little thing on Thronebreaker players who might want to find out like what opportunities they have. It's difficult if you are a low-end Thronebreaker player, or just like not super skilled, let's just say, or you don't really want the ball ache of high-end accounts to face off against in Battlegrounds. You might feel this is a bit of a painful time. So provided you could do up to at least gold 1 in Battlegrounds, you will get a nice amount of points, plus the fact of the August solo objective and August meta objective, which again I hope that you can achieve, because you won't be able to do Valiant and you won't be able to do possibly incursions. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll only do 1 raid per month. Again, it's really difficult to pinpoint what individual Thronebreaker players are able to achieve or revive fest through stuff. It's not exactly ideal. But if you could give some realistic kind of like totals around it, it could say that getting about 106,000 points would probably be achievable. Maybe in a swing and bonus between 30k, so maybe 130k, between that 100k and 130k is possible. But then if you want to spend, you get a little bit more, but it's not exactly going to see you rocket up the Realm event. If you look at where you'd actually kind of like finish, well, 106k for reference will see you up to milestone number not there. See you anything between milestone 34, maybe a bit higher. It does mean it's difficult then to pick up anything remotely spicy, because that's kind of reserved for a bit higher up than that one. But yeah, we'll have to see what the update is, and you have to see how many, because again, to reiterate, if you don't know already, we don't know to how many multiples of the August solo objective will be, and if it's available for your progression. So apologies, there's not kind of like massively positive news, but free is free. Hopefully you get some good stuff with that, and hopefully we hit some nice milestones, especially if you're lower. The final bit of coverage today is to point out where we are with community points of the dates in question in a rough base of kind of calculation. If we do indeed hit 2 billion over, what was it, like 4 days, give or take, we're likely to hit about 32 billion, nearly 33 billion total, which for reference will see us right the way up to a nice healthy, actually close to what I was saying about that 285,000 going up at least to 300k. So it's sort of possible, but at least that 285,000 seems to be possible overall. I personally would love the community to hit at least 35 billion, but 31 billion looks to be achievable. But again, it implies that we actually kind of like work hard now, which, let's face it, difficult to say, because again, there's so many unknowns. I'd love to give you the facts. I'd love to let you know how many of those August-based objectives you're going to be able to do. Kabam have said there is a leeway of there's 300,000 total farmable points, but we don't know if 1,580 was reserved for spenders. We don't know if the extra points are associated with the objectives. We don't know overall if there's other things missing from that. Hopefully I can give you some more answers, but it is what it is. Sorry this wasn't an overly clear video. I'm doing my best, trying my best with what knowledge and information that we've got. Fingers crossed we get some more soon, and appreciate you, and I'll see you all in the next video, whatever that's going to be covering. Cheers, bye.